Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So in theory, EX2 is right around the corner, just a little over 2 weeks away from its official release. Now, could it get pushed back? Certainly. But would that change this video? Not at all. We're going to be looking at cards that we need to go ahead and start picking up now before EX2 releases. Now, EX2 is very inclusive in its whole set. All of its strategies, they don't really branch out into other sets a whole lot. Some of them do, some of them don't. So we're only going to cover a small amount of cards for this set compared to previous videos where we cover a wide variety of stuff. We actually don't need to pick up too much stuff for this set. So we're also going to do a little bit of market watch in here at the same time, just kind of look at a couple cards as well as looking at the cards that we're hunting after. Don't forget, though, our new memory marker this month is Gallantmon. So if you're playing some Yellow or Mastemon or Ophanimon, this is a fantastic memory marker for a deck like that. This is handmade out of clay by my wife, hand painted as well. You can find this on our Etsy store, link in the description below. Also, there you can find all of our previous memory markers that we've had on the channel, as well as some of our Battle Ready Ink merch, like our sleeves, game mat, and our new dice. All right, so I've got EX2 pulled up here so we can just kind of get a broad brush strokes of what we're looking for. Right off the bat, you know, we see the Gallantmon line here. Blue just looks like it's got just some random filler cards, so it doesn't look like we got any dedicated things for blue. We got a Renamon line here, Terriermon there for all of our Rapidmon fans out there, always loving to see it. Black got some random stuff in there as well. We do have the new Justymon, but still, I think a little bit off from having a full dedicated Justymon build just yet. This is like the beginnings. This is the first time we've actually seen any sort of Justymon support. We got a new Impmon line here with Beelzemon. We have the terrifying Mother D-Reaper deck that it will definitely take the meta by storm, and then that's it, and then just some support cards to go with the rest of it. So what can we be on the lookout for this? Right off the bat, we know that Beelzemon is going to be one of those main decks that everyone's going to want to play here. So we can look at the last 6 months here, and you can see right before the announcement of the for EX2, the EX2 announcement was in December for Japan. So we've known about it since December, so we can take a look at the market. Right before that was $28 for this card, and it's gone up and down like drastically. You can always tell when people are like on the lookout for it because the price goes up. But I think a better one to look at would be the alternate art. So if we look at the alternate art, we can see the price kind of was steady. And now that we're getting closer to it, the card is climbing rapidly. And I honestly expect it to go up a little bit more, even more than what it is now. It's up to $77 latest sold. That's pretty wild there. So at one time down to 46 when it bottomed out. Unfortunately, I did not cover during the time when we were hitting rock bottom. A lot of these cards are already going up in price that we're going to be talking about, simply because people are already on the hunt for getting their EX2 high rarity cards. And to kind of play into that, we have Impmon here, which you'll want. This is the On Deletion Trash top 3 cards of your deck one. It does have a very low rarity common print from way back in the day that's pretty affordable. But if you want an alternate art, you're going to be expecting to pay out the nose. So this is from Event Pack 2. You can tell when it first came out, it was $80. They were all like crazy overpriced when they first came out, and they've all kind of started to settle down. We've actually kind of hit one of the lowest points right now at about $51, and this card could definitely go back up, but there is a caveat to that. We are getting another alternate art of this card that looks really good too. So while this technically is probably the higher rarity of that we'll get a reprint alternate art that'll probably be pretty easy to get. This will technically be the harder, more rare version, so to come by. Now, I think the other one does look better, though, just the artwork on it. And then we have an alternate art from BT6. This card's just always gone like crazy. Look at these prices. At one point hit $60. Kind of went back on a climb a little bit, but it's kind of dipped down. I think it's kind of in that like people are just kind of waiting to see what happens with the next set, because it adds a 7 great demon lords. But it's not just demon lords; it's specifically the 7 great demon lords. So some of the Beelzemon stuff just says demon lord. So just kind of keep that in mind when building with this card, because it works for some, but not all of the deck. But still a great card, a gorgeous alternate art. You know, anything with Beelzemon. Always a fan of that. So be just kind of on the lookout for these prices. It definitely could go back up. I think we're gonna just kind of hit a stalemate on it for a little bit at this point. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's take a step back though. Let's look at what we got going on in New Awakening here. This is our BT8 boxes. I think at this point the prices of things are going to kind of just level out. We're going to plateau for a couple weeks. Some stuff might drop a little bit more, but I think we're about in that plateau of prices will probably stay at this price for until BT9. EX2 doesn't shake up the meta too terribly much. We get D-Reaper as a new meta contender, but I would say as a whole, the what's already good will stay good. We'll just have one more good deck to go in with all the other ones. So these prices will pretty much, I think, just level out and kind of stay at this. Now, the closer to BT9 we get, stuff like Ryudamon here could definitely go back up. Anything that's going to be related to X Antibody is going to go back up, of course. Rapidmon's here, depending on the green for EX2 with the Gargomon support and the Terriermon support. You know, this Rapidmon could be useful in those decks for anyone trying to test some new Mega Gargomon decks out. Might be looking to pick up some of these, so we might see a little bit of an increase on the Rapidmons. But everything else, though, I probably will stay about the same. The RUmon, again, could go back up closer to BT9 we get. Gammamon is super low right now. We haven't seen this deck take off in JP yet. Every set, though, Gammamon gets more and more support, so just might be something worth keeping an eye on, okay? Just the Gammamon alt arts here might be worth picking up if they drop any lower than this. I mean, $15 for an alt art is already pretty crazy for, you know, a general rookie. Usually rookies in sought-after decks kind of go up in price. And then everything else kind of dropping off. The box topper Davis and Ken hitting $8, as low as $8 right now. Honestly, I can't imagine this card. I mean, it might drop a little bit more, but this is used in so many like meta decks that for it to be down to $8 is not bad. I mean, if you're holding off to buy this card, I think now is probably the time to go ahead and just jump on it. If you're playing the deck and you really want this box topper, $8.20 is not a bad price. Might as well go ahead and pick it up now. It's fallen a long way from the $25 and then $20 price range that it was bouncing around initially. $8.20 is not bad compared to what it was you know, a week or so ago. But in general, though, yeah, these prices will probably stay about the same for this moving forward. But jumping back to our EX2 stuff, looking at Gallantmons, right? So we got the whole new Gallantmon line, which is pretty self-contained in what it does, but I still think there's argument for this original BT2 Gallantmon. I think this card is phenomenal, just because when you attack, trash one of your opponent's security cards for every 10 cards in their trash. I mean, look at the meta right now. Like, looking at Yellow Hybrid, they go through so much of their deck, and their trash gets so outrageous that a late-game Gallantmon will absolutely wreck Yellow Hybrid. Just above and beyond anything they could ever hope for, Gallantmon will just absolutely destroy them. So just kind of looking at these prices here, I mean, he's kind of just leveled out. You can see when the hype of EX2 announcement was right here in this late December, early January timeframe. You know, the price went up. I mean, it's still pretty low, $12. And I mean, you're probably not going to get any lower than what it's at right now. And again, the closer to EX2 we get, you know, the price will go back up steadily. So definitely might want to jump on it. Now, looking at the alternate arts, the fact that this is at an all-time low, like, get this guy. If you don't have it and you want to play some Gallantmon in EX2, this artwork is incredible. I think some of the best alternate arts in this entire game are from this BT2 set. This artwork that they did was great. The gold circuit board background is so gorgeous. I love these alternate arts just for that gold circuit board background on all levels. Like everything from BT2, all the alternate arts are probably some of my absolute favorites that's ever hit this game. So this Gallantmon is definitely a worth picking it up. And honestly, for its price to be this low, I mean, I've been keeping an eye on it, and it's been in this like $20 price range here for months, and I've been just keeping an eye on it. So now that it's like down to 19, I kind of wish I'd picked these up for 16 when they hit that point. But yeah, so definitely be on the lookout. So these prices are definitely worth picking up, I think. You might be able to get a couple like cheeky save a couple extra bucks on some like $16, $17 ones, but the price is gonna start going back up. That's what this little dip is people are like, oh yeah, EX2 comes out in like 2 weeks, I should go ahead and pick up all the cards that I want to play for that. And Gallantmon and Beelzemon are like at the top of that list. That's why the only cards that we're looking at picking up that exist right now for these sets is all Gallantmon and Beelzemon related. Everything else is pretty self-contained, but those two, if you're going to be wanting to add into it, you're going to want these the original printings for these cards, the Beelzemon as well as the Gallantmon for sure. Now, one final card I want to just kind of throw at you guys, just because, you know, it's the one I always got to throw at you, and that's going to be the Palmon here. I think that there's just some good argument to go ahead and pick some up. The price actually is plateaued out. Like, this is the time to buy right here in this plateau. This is when you're going to want to pick it up, especially these foils. Like these foils, the fact that the foils are down right next to the common printings, like that's the ones you want to pick up, is these the foil ones. So I think that's a really good time. You can see when the hype of BT9 was announced right in here, and then we kind of see how great that deck is doing. The green OTK in BT9 is arguably like one of two best decks of that entire format. So if you want to be playing, you know, the hype deck, if you're very much a, you know, move to the next deck that's doing very well to the next deck that's doing very well, go ahead and pick up your Palmons, because that's going to be one of the decks. That green OTK is absolutely a menace, and this card is great for that because it gives you jamming. So I don't see this card getting any lower. $10. The fact that it went down that much is already a surprise. This card was $30. It's a promo that's hard to get. So we had a little bit of Digifest re-releases of it, but besides that, you know, that's the only other reprint we've ever had of it. So definitely go ahead and pick these up before they jump back up to like $20 when BT9 rolls around the corner. And that's going to do it for our EX2 pickups. If there was any that I missed that you think the community should know about, or that you think I should know about, please put it in the comments. Let me know. I'm always, you know, on the lookout for trying to pick up the cards that I'm going to need before they get crazy expensive, because I just, at that point, I don't want to buy them myself. I'm still kicking myself for several cards in the past that I'd never picked up when they were cheap, that now they're just beyond my price range. So if there's any cards like that I missed for EX2, definitely let me know.